share. Pick up the phone, turn it up. Real FM, ride the frequency. Talking truth, talking change, talking all that's real. With friends, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Real.
Welcome to our program On Target. Always remember, as soon as we start this program, you could pick up the new ball and bowl. We never have a subject matter. We speak about anything possible, and we take issues trending. Welcome, my brother. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
Well, it's good to hear you, and it's good to be on the program today.
Yes, thank you, and you have the new ball.
Yes, I bowl in first. Right now, I always bear the fact that you always saying that there are three communists in Grenada. Yourself, Chester Humphrey, the Honorable Chester Humphrey, and John Galt. And you are so knowledgeable, Mr. Pierre, and I thank you so much for your wisdom. I've been listening to all of the discussions and the debates and, all of the different pointers with regards to that bill that the government of Grenada seek to sneak in on the people of Grenada. That's the one with regards to the sexual reproduction. What's the name? Sexual reproduction bill. Okay. Let me get it right. The sexual and reproductive health rights. That's it. Now, you always ask the question to the government of Grenada, especially your prime minister, who is the third party that is directing or dictating to Grenada? Now, I believe that you might have read a document which is referred to as the Samoa document. Okay? That document was a document that was well over 5 years in coming. It could be more than that, but around 2021, when the April 2021, there was a partnership, and you call them the EU OACPS, European Union, right? And the Organization of African, American, and Pacific States, OACPS, right? They had a conference, well over, as I said, 5 years. And on the 15th of November, I really want to make it short because there's a lot, over 90 something different policies in that act, right? In that conclusion of that agreement between the EU and the OCPS. All right. Now, in that document, Grenada signed on to that 7 days after, Mr. Pierre, Grenadians. The Grenadian authority signed on to that document 7 days after it was officially open and signed by other nations, right? So imagine the 15th of November 2023, and we sign on to it. I say we, Grenada, on the 22nd of November 2023. Come on. When the question was asked to the Prime Minister and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, they said that they did not read the document, right? So the question is now, while I'm on this, what has they done with the person in the person of Mr. Joseph Antoine, I think his name is?
That was the ambassador.
Yes, that's the ambassador down there in Poland. Some of them Brussels area, right? What has they done? I've heard nothing about any decision by the Grenada government to take on this permanent secretary, the ambassador. Sorry. Now, one would want to recall or recollect. As I said, I want to make it short because a lot of stuff here. That there are 6 key priorities, Mr. Pierre. All right, that's some more argument. It's based upon 6 key priorities. One, human rights, right? The democratic and governance, peace and security, human and social development, inclusiveness, sustainability of the economy growth and the development, and environmental sustainability and climate changes. And the final one is the migration and mobility. Now, brother, so we want to find out. Now we are asking, and we are saying that they would not be able to sign that that document, that new bill that they passed. But you know what? The reason why that they are pushing it, right? The reason why that they are pushing it is because that they had signed onto the document that has all the stipulation and agreements. So when you sign onto that document, it's like a covenant you make, right? Whosoever fall within it, either we crush them or they crush us, or something, to that effect. Now, that development cooperation, right? I call it a development cooperation between these different states, the Caribbean, African, Caribbean, and Pacific states, that they are holding the city end, excuse my language, of the stick. And before long, we would have to give account to this European organization and the African Caribbean Pacific States Organization. And if we do not do what they say, we're going to be broke. They would give us no money. And as the lawyer said the last week when I listened to the forum, that who knows, it could be so that the government of Grenada really glad that the people of Grenada is putting up shoulders. They're putting their shoulders up against that bill because they cannot do anything on their own. You see, more than to pass this legislation. All right? And so that is for that. And finally, brother, you may comment after. Finally, I heard a brother call yesterday about democratism, But my question is, this same brother that called yesterday, he is or he was a part of democratism, right? Comrade Peter David, Comrade Chester Humphrey, okay, and very much many others who've been a part of democratism under the New National Party. They had been telling people, go right ahead, that's the best choice in this time. And I always question that little clause in this time, which tell me that there is something coming in another time. Now, I want these dear people to understand that Grenada is not just a farm garden or a field or something where you just walk out, do what you want. You see, there's got to be order in everything that you do. I thank you, my brother, and I wish that we could continue this another time.
Yes, two big, powerful issues. The first one and then the last one you had. I have said to people, the democratic system, one man, one vote. You have an opportunity to change the government you elect. Post 1983, Grenada has had a relatively good democratic system. Why do I say that? All the team that lost election conceded defeat within 24 hours. And they never challenged anything in court successfully. If they complain, it's just to satisfy some of the supporters. And I say to people, if I was living in Iran, China, Russia, times were dead long time. If Jenny Simon, the Mosquito Man, Sheldon Scott, Master Carl, Real FM was in Russia, China, and Cuba, nobody don't hear about us. The democratic system gives you the opportunity to monitor the government, to encourage them to walk the straight and narrow and to prevent crimes. Sometimes you have a very, very good politician. Very good. Good intention. But if nobody cannot criticize that politician and you make the politician vex, he hang you tomorrow if you are the power. We had a good politician in the Caribbean, believe in democracy. They used to call him Brian Nancy. You have some fellas see on a wall where he passing. Every time he passing, Brian Nancy. He get a tractor and he break down the wall. The wall over 100 years old, he break it down. He said they can't sit down on it and call him Brian Nancy. So the media, social media, the power of the voices that could take on the government or anybody else in Grenada is critical and very important to democracy. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
I want to make a comment on towards what happening between Venezuela and America.
Go right ahead, man.
Now, Mr. Pierre, what happened with this boat, the strike there? Now, America stating that it's a joke boat. But the Times, New York Times, do their own research. And they saying no jokes boat wouldn't go, especially the size of the one where they strike there, wouldn't go and drop jobs with 11 people. So they say, no, this is a boat to refugees. Right? So, our fishermen are going out there to fish. You have to be very careful at the present time. Because it seems like America, any boat they see all day, especially them small boats, they will strike it. And no one knows what ammunition they use there, if it's a drone, a bomber, a helicopter, because they don't give no information on that. So it's a serious issue. We our fishermen are going outside there.
It's not easy. You call that gunboat diplomacy. The United States is powerful. The United States may have reasons and justification and arguments to justify their position. But obviously, I think they are a little bit high-handed. And the next situation is, if they tell the boat stop and the boat don't stop, they blow it up.
But
And who? Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's not America, yes, America, but you have to remember right now, in America, now, Trump controls the White House, the Senate, and the House. So he don't go no way to get no right away to do anything, because you know what happen, this man is doing anything. And then you have Rubio, and them other senators, and then the whole Republican senators, everybody with him, because they can't say nothing against him. You know, you call them down.
Yes, they could say things against him.
Yes, they could say.
That is, and that's it different with America. People in America criticizing Trump, they call him all kind of devil and beast. You can't do that in Russia, China, or Cuba.
Mr. Pierre, not the Republican senators and the House. They're saying things but nothing is present. They can't say it because if they say
well, maybe they support Donald Trump.
Well, they support anything you do.
No, you see, United States and Venezuela has been technically at confrontation for a very long time.
We all know that.
In addition to that, over 800,000 Venezuelans has left the country and a few 100,000 gone in America. And United States accused Venezuela of peddling drugs. I believe is more political than drugs.
Yeah, because they have no evidence.
So you can't say they don't have evidence.
Well, they're showing it.
Well, they don't. Well, who they showing it to? Who they have to show it to? If the police give you 9 charges for using obscenities, the police have to bring you to court, But in Russia, they don't have to bring you to court. They just send you in jail. So Donald Trump, the only people that could demand the evidence is Congress. And he controls Congress.
Definitely.
So,
right.
So in what has happened to us in the Caribbean, we don't have no mediator. That is why I say CARICOM should be in a position to say, okay, let us mediate between America and Venezuela over drugs. What is it the American want? And perform as a mediator. But there is no peacemakers in the Caribbean.
Mr. Trump don't listening to nobody, but in a nutshell,
So fishermen have to run.
our fishermen have to be careful
Yeah, they
because
have to be careful.
they hitting any boat they see all day, they hitting it.
Well, they might tell you, stop. But if you don't hear, Jumbie take you.
Well, you just suggesting that?
Well, we have to hope that they tell them stop. Yeah, it's a tough time. We could make a little joke of it because we're far. But it's a very tough situation. And Venezuela, I always say, Venezuela and Cuba, they have to apologize to the people for squandering the energy of the people, the sacrifice the people make to export communism and socialism. This thing done good. When you object to the left, they jail you. Look at what happened in Grenada. They said Kenny Lalsin want to overthrow the country. They arrest Dr. Jabal, Kenny Lalsin, Leslie, some people that wasn't even friend. And they put them in jail. They say they want to overthrow the country. So they always use this excuse. And there is no trial, no charge, and no opportunity to defend themselves. If you think Guyana have plenty oil, and all the oil Guyana have is could hold it in a boat, Venezuela have a sea of oil. Venezuela is sitting on the greatest oil reserve in the world. Yet, the majority of Venezuelans living in poverty and running from the country. Over 40,000 Venezuelans in Trinidad. I always believe Grenada should take a 10, 20,000 Venezuelan and a 10, 20,000 Haitian. We don't have enough people in Grenada. And you can't depend on Grenada women. They would not make more children. And just as the Bajan women and them, they don't make more children. Dominica, Guyana have under 1 million people. And Guyana almost twice the size of England. And Venezuelans running. Yes, caller, welcome.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Pierre. How are
Yes,
you
my
doing?
brother. Good.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre, we have the Honorable Emily Pierre, a woman that believes in the principles of God. She believes in the creation of God. She believes that God created a man, and God created a woman, and that's God creation. And she is a woman with principle, a woman that stand for what is right, a woman that stand and to see like the cake should share equally among everyone. And when you have a leader that want to change the structure of God's creation, where the head of the home is the man, the wife, and the children, and the children have to obey their parents. You have a leader want to change it and put the children over the parents. And you saying to me now that children in charge, the parents become the parents become the children. What kind of world this prime minister want to adopt in our country? What do you see happens up here? They say that they are to protect the children. That is not protecting children. That to making children prey to the predators. Right? And I see that the laws on the pass is to help to protect the hardback men who want to interfere with the young girls and young boys.
So it's only
That
men. So
that cannot will not protect the
women doesn't
children
interfere with
because
them
they want
too.
to protect. Yeah, both men and women.
You
Men
say that.
want to protect
You
them who
say man
interfere,
alone. If it's
and
man
I call
alone.
upon the churches and every Ghanaian to vote no against the bill. We're not accepting the bill. We want the structure of the creation to remain as it is. A child will grow up to be on our own. Let the child be a child and grow up to be an adult so she can make her own decision. But right now, the person in charge of the children, they work hard, they to maintain the children, give proper education. And I say no to that. I call upon the Grenadians, Carriacon Peter Martin. We say no to that. No to that. Mr. P, have a blessed.
Color, you ever hear about the word Bakabazi?
I hear you talking about the one, I don't know
You
what you're
you're good on your phone.
Yeah.
You look at you
But
better than me. You must go and research the dancing boys. Google it,
okay.
and eventually you might bounce up with Bakabazi. Thank you,
All right.
Color. Yes. So those yes, Color, welcome.
Sir Pierre,
Yes, my brother.
good afternoon.
Yeah, my brother.
I just heard a guy say, leading from a restructuring authorities. Sir Pierre, in this country today, men bribing more than father and they're using their young data. So we are doing it. And you tell me to lead that go answer? This guy is a criminal. Sir
But
Pierre,
that's strong. Watch me. Wait. That's strong words. Criminal, wicked. We saying that's strong words.
well, you
It's
can't
just a
have,
man opinion.
you can't
It's
have
strong
men,
because you don't say some strong thing to you.
let me tell you something. You can't have men bribing more than father and use their talking about data. And the poor child can't say nothing. They can't talk to nobody. And the mother and father taking the money. And then the pastor and all of them use the phone to children. And you tell me to read that continue? I never heard that is the dumbest thing I ever hear from my father. That I listened to even Pierre today on Behind the Headline. And I feel she wrote, can you imagine this woman telling people that to think Barney Bilam, when they ask her what he proposed, she can't say. She has no answer for them. She can't say what he proposed to 50 people matter. I never see fully like that. So, Pierre, this Evelyn Pierre speaking about how since the hurricane passing in Kaiku, it should finish, our house should be built already. Mr. Pierre, let me tell you something. In this country here, I live in, I take a walk from Bodgum to St. George's. Since I went past over 20 years ago, Mr. Pierre, and I check over 40 houses without roof. People are abandoned and people can't go in them. People have tarpaulin over them. 20 years, And she come talking about the Kaiku, how it should be this, it should be that. Mr. Pierre, this woman is already yet. I could tell that. She's already yet. This kind of nonsense she's talking. So, you have a good day.
All right, thank you, Color. If after 20 years you are tapping, all the tapping shred out, One of the criticism that this NDC government gonna get for burial is because 14 days after Hurricane Beryl, they get $118 million. So money was not a problem. And the devastation after Beryl was isolated to Karaku and St. Patrick's, unlike Ivan. Yes, Color, welcome. Color, punch. All right, we lost that Color. Color, you have to turn off the radio so you have a delayed. So that is one of the criticisms that are going to come to NDC. And NDC don't talking. Yes, Color, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, how are you today?
Great.
Yeah, Miss Pierre was on the program this morning. What happened? I missed her because Mr. Rolo took up all the time. I wanted to ask Mr. Pierre to resign from the NNP government and from his own party. Because I was so embarrassed to listen to Dr. Mitchell, the way he behaved on Sunday evening. I just stormed my TV. Come on, man. You have to do better look.
What he said that make I didn't hear the program. I'm not a man who like breaking news. So I didn't hear the program. I didn't have the time. Yeah. So what he said that was really so embarrassing.
Oh, the behavior wasn't too nice, saying like Tevin putting a private part and social media and then the team looking so good. Come on.
Oh, you was kicking on Kevin.
Yeah, but come on. I didn't like it. It was embarrassed to me.
Okay. So you think Pierre must lead the party for that?
Pardon?
You think Emmeline Pierre must resign for that?
Yeah, because I mean.
Well, what she resigning from a party that she's leading? She's the leader of the political party.
Yeah, but
Dr. Mitchell has stepped down from the leadership.
Okay.
So why would she had to dump twice to do that? Okay. And you remember Black Wizards sang a song about that, Dr. Mitchell when he talked about the Black Wizard. He sang a song when he talked about the Roman governor Claudius.
Yeah.
Dr. Mitchell is one of the politician that will go after you back. Gregory Bowen wouldn't.
Okay.
Even Emmeline Pierre doesn't answer much criticism. But Dr. Mitchell has been the most criticized politician ever in Grenada. And he's still the most tolerant politician to criticism.
Yeah, but...
So every now and then he go fight back.
Right. Spirit, she wasn't feeling right. She wasn't feeling... The words she do, she wasn't feeling right. The way he was, was carrying on, she wasn't feeling right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I think people... I think sometime I listen to some NNP and I don't agree with them. Dr. Mitchell is the most successful politician in Grenada and the Commonwealth. He's the only politician that won election on 3 occasions, winning all the seats. He has been the most criticized politician. So obviously, Dr. Mitchell go come back fired. And Dr. Mitchell as a leader smell like the sheep. And sometimes he could be down to earth, just in not presenting a technical paper. He could be extremely down to earth sometimes. Yes, caller, welcome. Caller, you there? We lost that caller. Please call back. Sorry. So Dr. Mitchell, and I would not like to see Dr. Mitchell stay quiet out of politics. I would like to see Dr. Mitchell continue to be active in politics and even address some of the issues that transcend political parties. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Pierre, I'm tired of Grenadians. We are Grenadians, but I'm tired of Grenadians. The meeting went on Sunday. Mr. Mitchell didn't call nobody name. It to say he called the person personally, call the name and what.
It's sure low blow.
They saying all kind of thing about that.
It's sure low blow. I didn't hear it, but Dr. Mitchell go through low blow.
But he didn't call anybody name, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, but Dr. Mitchell is a politician. He just throw some low blow.
You don't call name. People have to stop this kind of thing. And
no. They wouldn't stop. You see, you cannot speak about politics in Grenada for 10 minutes without talking about Kit Mitchell, Gary Bishop. That is a fact of life.
He say every Monday morning he on the papers. He not in parliament no more. He not in government no more.
Yes, but you see, the NNP have to understand that the NDC still see Dr. Mitchell as the most dangerous political entity in the country. And they're going to go after him.
Mr. Pierre, all are going in the NDC, nobody speaking, but everything is about NNP. Why?
Yes, because you have one of the most powerful party in history. You have the most success. No, they wouldn't stop.
Have to stop it.
Caller, you have to be realistic. Why should they stop? The NDC is extremely envious of Dr. Mitchell's success. No. Caller is good politics for the NDC. Yeah, and NNP supporters, you have to understand, it's good politics for the NDC to attack Kit Mitchell. It's good politics because when the NDC attack Kit Mitchell, you not come in and say he is the most success, and you relate 10, 15 things that he has done positively in Grenada. You saying they shouldn't attack him? Yes, caller, welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, this gentleman last saying about for Miss Pierre to resign. What Miss Pierre do for Miss Pierre resign?
But me and him talk already, and he kind of back down from that.
Yeah, but
Because,
ask him what she do to
no, he
resign.
said,
Rand, Andy, Tevin, all of them don't say who much wrong thing. Nobody don't ask them to resign.
yeah,
So what
yeah.
Miss Pierre say for Miss Pierre
Well,
to
because
resign?
again, caller, this is the NDC politics all their life. This is the NDC politics. To attack the NNP over minor molehills and get NNP distracted.
So
Nothing is wrong. If you walk in, why not?
Don't call nobody name.
Yes, but caller, if the NDC policy is working, why not continue? A number of people in the NNP now upset because NDC say that. You constantly letting NDC lead you. There's so much other issues to speak about. You have a political party that is the most successful political party in the history of Grenada. That is accommodating, that is inclusive, that forgives the brother. And you can't afford to let NDC distract you. But if
they don't distracting me, Mr. Pierre, they can't distract me, because but what I'm saying, they doing wrong things. Nobody don't telling them anything. But
well, maybe you should point out the wrong things they're doing. That is the purpose
you want
of
to
the
do,
politics.
Mr. Pierre, number one, look at the cliff road. Up to now, the road, the walk all up. Up to this blessed day, the road walk all up. Number two, the housing thing they say they're doing, Mr. Pierre, they're giving people house. Who have a house already? Because my neighbor have a house, they give a house, and they building house and people land. Mr. Pierre, they doing a lot of wrong things.
Okay. Yes, thank you, caller.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. The number to call is 4420175. Yes, caller, welcome. Go right ahead, caller. Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Pierre, I would like you to find out from that gentleman when Deacon Mitchell called the leader of the opposition a mother hen and Dr. Mitchell and the other parliamentarians chicken, where was he? Thank you so much, sir.
I don't get the last part of your question, but this thing happened in Parliament. I think it was extremely distasteful, out of order, and I believe Peter David, being the most mature person in the Parliament then, the most experienced, most long-serving, should have get up and asked the Speaker for that to be struck off the Hansard. That means the person who said it, Deacon Mitchell, had to withdraw it. This was one of the revolutionary statements made by Maurice Bishop. He called Eugenia Charles Motherhen and Tom Adams yard fowl. And it's in this same vein Deacon was doing that. He was extremely disrespectful. And I am disappointed in NNP because NNP should have moved a motion for the removal of the Speaker of the House. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, I always see that some people must put their brain in gear before they put their mouth in motion. Because it seems as though people just putting their mouth in motion and their brain is not in gear. There's an old saying, it is the change from the dollar that does ring. Mr. Pierre, if you have a dog in your yard and the dog is lying down in the gap every day, people passing up and down and the dog is just there. And I am passing every time, myself and other people, and some other people, and when we pass, we throw stones at the dog, we tease the dog, we do the dog all kind of things. We come right in your yard and we kick up the dog. You think the dog was going to take that every day? One day the dog is going to rush out and bite us. And the bite we might get from the dog, Mr. Pierre, it may be a bite that would last us for a long time. Sometimes that bite, there isn't a cure for that bite. So we have to be careful. You giving, you're doing, you're giving, you're doing, you're giving, you're doing every day. You don't expect one day you will get a reaction. You don't expect one day that enough is enough. Come on. We all are human beings. How long we will be able to take that for? And something, Mr. Pierre, we must always put ourselves in other persons, other people position. Ask ourselves the question: if it was me, if it was I, all that was being hauled against me, all that was being hauled against me, how would I accept it? How would I take it? Should I just sit back with it and do not retaliate? Let us be honest. Let us be honest. Let us be fair with ourselves. You can't expect one to give, and don't receive. Come on. Dr. Kid Mitchell is a human being, just like each and every one of us, Mr. Pierre.
You see it.
What happened to us as a people?
Caller.
You Calypsonian hit him.
Caller.
Trade union workers hit him. Everybody just want to walk on him as though he's flow cloth. He's flow mat. He decided enough is enough.
All right, thank you, caller.
Okay.
You see, I think the NNP have to. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome. We're not getting you. You're on, so that means maybe you're listening to the. You're there, caller?
Good day, Mr. Pierre.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yes, sorry to be late. Better late than never.
Yeah, go right ahead, man. That's all right.
What I want to say is, I never heard in my entire life, whereas you have a member of a party, host a program, and everything is on a formal leader.
Yeah, but caller. Remember Eric Geary. You was around long enough. Keith Mitchell is the most powerful and successful political figure in Grenada. In every aspect of it. Keith Mitchell is the most tolerant political leader in Grenada. Keith Mitchell liberalized the telecommunication network to give people chance to speak. The NDC is not doing well. So it's good distraction tactics to go after Keith, for his supporters to go after them and ignore the atrocities and the wrongs that he's committing in the country. It's very good strategy and it's working. So why NDC must stop?
I was looking to hear the NDC say, because they have so much of problems to address in this country, they instead of they address the problem, I look into to hear what they have in plan for this country.
Well, they don't have nothing planned. So the plan now is distraction tactics to let the NNP that calling on the radio go after Keith Mitchell. Keith Mitchell don't afraid criticism. Rather than pointing out the ills.
Keith Mitchell has been given a little political picong. You know, you have that in politics. He was kicked in with the way Kevin and Andy behave in Jamaica, and he give a little joke on that, which I also share the views because I said so yesterday.
So there are so much issues in the country, and 4, 5, 6 scholars on that issue. So the NDC is correct to continue to attack it, because we forget about Closure Road, we forget about children, we forget about all the corruption, the Grenada Development Bank, and we're talking about Keith Mitchell. Yeah.
I thought they was going to kind of kill out Keith Mitchell, but they giving him more praises because they stick on him. So it's better for him. He's more, when they keep calling Keith and forgetting what they have to do. Even one of the hosts is saying that they shouldn't take back some of the old heads in the party. Imagine that. Politics is an inclusive game. So some of the old heads should retire. This man, I know him personally. I won't call him name. He's a political lunatic by making such a statement, by saying they should not take back Kit, Gregory Bowen, Clarice.
You see,
I never heard that in my entire life.
Caller,
you never hear that?
Caller, what we do.
And this is the People's Party. Yes.
What you're doing is
So I want people to take note. I want Grenadians to take note. What we have as opposition. Waste of time. And say that NNP have no plan. Mistress Pierre always outline her plan for Grenada forward. If you listen to all the speakers, the young speakers in the NNP team, you hear them speaking about what Grenada, what our NNP government will continue to do for young people and all these things. NDC is studying about Kid speak about girlfriend, and Kid say and talk about Andy, and Kid talk about these people is no need to listen to at all. I could tell Grenadians that. Let us get ready and get a good government back in place to continue our good work in Grenada. I thank you.
All right, caller. Thank you. We have a caller on the line. Caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. P. How you doing, sir?
Great, man.
I think you were speaking and you were talking the truth. I hope the callers are not taking what you say. They seem like you're not listening. Now, after burial, the government set out on a housing program. They call on contractors in the communities of St. Patrick's and Carriacou and on the western side. Come forth and bring your credentials. Most of the young men in the community who are custom building and doing construction work, but in the tin number, who didn't have go and see they get. The government had a chance to evaluate who they think can build or who can't build. The government package the houses and give their supporters who have 50, who have 100 to build. And that individuals then go out in the communities and look for their friends and give house to build. In return, the reality of it is that they give their friends go and build. Most of them build the houses not to meet the plan that the government has. Most of the houses are leaking. They didn't build straight. They have major problems. Most of the houses. Some of them build okay, but some of them are built. They're not worthy. They can't pass the building code. Now, you have a caller a little while ago. Said that after Ivan, you can see 40 houses through a Grenada with trampoline on it. I mean, that caller, either he's really smart or he's really dumb. Because if the government have a policy of building back houses, and they can see 40 houses and they don't put a roof on them, you have 40 families living under trampoline still after Ivan. And you have people believing that stupidness. So people call in the radio and say that in their mouth. There's a caller from the diaspora call and say that anymore this morning on GBN. So you wonder if it's a strategy they have or they normally believe that stupidness. I don't understand what is taking this with these people. You understand? Something is wrong with them and they're thinking. So callers that don't understand. Again, the NDC is playing. They know what they are doing. Distraction. Yeah? They're wasting money. Let's imagine that Tevin in Carriacou take all the debris from the houses that are damaged in Carriacou and now put in a pasture. Now, when somebody goes to play football in a pasture, they think about how soft the grass is, how nice the surface is, how they can ski and dance in that pasture because there's no bottle, there's no nail, there's no stump that can juke them. And they go and show hurricane debris in a pasture. You spoil the pasture. After government spend millions of dollars to get a pasture prepared for the public to use, you go and dump hurricane debris in that pasture. What kind of brain somebody could have to do something so stupid? Let's think about it. What kind of brain an individual could have to be so dumb? You have people in office that are even thinking. Even a madman could know not to do that. They do that. And they say they go fix it back. How do you fix back a pasture from doing that? From messing up a pasture like that, how do you fix it back? How do you fix it back? And you have people defending that. They talk about Trump in America. They're jumping on Trump, talking about Trump, and their own country going down to the dog. Have a nice day, sir.
Yes, caller, thank you. The number to call is 4420175, and we still have opportunity to take one or two calls, so you could call us and express your views on any issues. The issue was raised about the Venezuela situation. It's a tough situation. It's a very tough situation. I hope it do not escalate. All over the world, situations are escalating, and we could have the third world war. And there are more nuclear weapons now that could destroy the world 2.5 times. In fact, they say if a nuclear war break out, there would not be winners, only survivors. We have the Houthis and the Israelis in escalated issue. Israel and Hamas, Israel and Doha. Israel are practically fighting all the neighbors around. And Israel still fighting to get their citizens, the Israelis that was kidnapped in October 7th. So a lot of issues is going on in the world. And Donald Trump is not a solution. In fact, the opening up of the beachhead for war and confusion in Venezuela perhaps was not necessary at the time. This might give even room for China to invade Taiwan because there's so much of distraction all over the world. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre,
Yes, caller.
since yesterday I wanted to ask you a question and answer me. Sin is not a private matter between you and God. It's sin a private matter between you and God.
Caller, no, what happened if I go and rape your daughter? That is a private matter anymore? Not between me and God?
Between you and God, if you do something
Caller. So what happens if you go in a school and kill children? So it's only if the person don't believe in God. Caller, the atheists. Caller, the atheists don't believe in God. The left wing don't believe in God. They don't meddle about God. Them is atheists. Scholar, Christians are running from some Middle East countries. They're killing them. They're giving them 1 hour to convert to Islam, otherwise they're killing them, they're beheading them. These people don't believe in God. So how sin could be the issue between you and God? Now you and God alone. God is the final arbiter, the final judge. You can't thief me pay in my land. You come tell me about sin is between me and God? Let me meet you. And you go see about And I know why you're saying that. You're saying that because deacons say morality is a private thing. Deacon is a lawyer. Deacon is not Tevin Anjo. He knows what he means. This is unacceptable. We can't be like whitewashed tombs. Although we are NDC members around Deacon, we have to tell Deacon wrong. And now Deacon want to go and interfere with the law to empower children up to 12 years to make decision about sex and sexuality and sexual issues. 12-year-old. What happened to Deacon? How you come in that? That's why I tell you, Deacon is leading us on a wrong trajectory. That is evil. The communists, the leftists, the atheists, they always stretching the pendulum where children is concerned. They always want to dilute the significance of the parents. You remember Maurice Bishop with the pioneers? And that is our last caller for the day. Caller Punch.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre, good day. Mr. Pierre, I continue to believe in the protection of the children, right? And I will say the government, when I speak about the hardback men, I speak about general. If your fathers are doing it, the law have to take a course. So I didn't specify nobody, specify anyone who doing that, they'll have to deal with them. We have to protect the nation's children. Right?
So you don't
Protect them
protect
because
the
if you love
nation children by empowering the Attorney General to be the guardian of children. If you is necessary, the court, you could go to court and the court could find a relative or somebody that they declare as guardian. Not the Attorney General. The Attorney General jumping up on one foot, want to shoot Babylon.
No example. And you shoot police.
Now, what you go put Deacon in charge of children?
Mr. Pierre, what I believe, you have a lot of people, and these people listen. They listen, but they don't understand.
They understand, color, because of our strong allegiance to political party. Sometimes, even when we disagree with the political party, we try to defend them. They understand and they know better. Yes, and in addition to that, Deacon raised the pay 3 times, 300%, the income that the politicians get. He raised it by 300%. Plus that, he letting them travel at lib, so they don't want to lose that. Some of them have buried themselves in the bank, and they know if Deacon throw them out now, the bank will sell the vehicles and other assets. So he tied them up like a crab. That is why I tell you, Deacon is the corrupt in chief. He not answering the questions we ask him, and he's using unorthodox, covert, and terrorist method to quiet those who asking questions. So this question are asking the school children. Still, since Deacon dabble in the occult, and he seems to dabble in the authority of the parents, I want the school children to ask Deacon, once you over 12 years old, or if you is a smart 8-year-old, ask Deacon to explain to you about the dancing boys. Simple question. The dancing boys. Ask Deacon to explain to you about the dancing boys. Ask Deacon if he believes it's right to encourage children to use bad word. You know, sometimes they say, the children say, Mommy, John used a bad word. Mommy, John used a bad word. So that is the bad word I'm talking about. 2 questions. Ask Deacon. And ask children, are telling you, because you don't want to sign big people. So, and you like to visit school, Bakabazi. So I want the children to ask you about the dancing boys. And ask Deacon if it is right, if you feel good, to encourage children to use bad word. You see, sometimes we have to understand the democratic process. We in Grenada have power and privilege that a lot of people in the rest of the world don't have. We have the power to come on media. If I said, what are the same question I tell children to ask Deacon Day? If I say, go and ask, if I was in Russia, and I say, ask Putin that, you don't hearing about me again. I gone in Siberia, they limit it to walk in the ice without shoes. If you're in Cuba, they're putting you in jail just for saying that. But I could come on radio and ask the children in school, next time Deacon visit your school, if you get a chance, ask him to explain to you about the dancing boys. You know, ask him. And ask him, is it right to encourage children to use bad word? Ask him. NNP members, you have a very outstanding leader You have one of the best political leaders that ever passed in Grenada. You must accept the fact that NDC would be very jealous of Kit Mitchell. And as a result of that, the hardline NDC publicly would not say anything good about Kit. Because he has, in fact, he won election on 3 occasions. And they're not able to win election twice. And when you watch NDC now, it's not a foregone conclusion that they could win. They're extremely corrupt. They can't manage. They start to interfere in little 12-year-old children business. So when Kit Mitchell is criticized, you must learn to inform the people about the success stories of Kit Mitchell. You have a lot of success stories. He's the most successful politician in Grenada and the Commonwealth. No other politician in Grenada post 1983 come close to Kit. Kit Mitchell went in Cuba while Cubans was outside objecting to Grenada. Kit Mitchell went in Cuba and re-established relationship with Cuba, and then the other Caribbean leaders go. And he still was able to improve his relationship with America. That is a master tactician. They are diplomat. Kit Mitchell is the most inclusive political leader in Grenada. And he was able to work with members of the opposition on national issues. Francis Alexis. He put Richard Duncan in charge of FRAC. Imagine you put a strong NDC to monitor your finances. So you could be proud of Kit. Forget the little criticism, small thing. Kit said the man name, because, even though he say, small thing, don't bother with that. That is distraction tactics. They don't want you on program to discuss the issues. So they say a little thing about Kit and you spend a whole program talking about Kit rather than speaking about the fish. By January, we may not be able to sell fish. The United States could put punitive tax on remittance coming to Grenada. We don't know about the situation with the post office, if they start to post things to the United States yet. You forget the fact that Deacon was an agent selling passport and all the corruption issues. So you gone, distraction tactics take you. And if it is working, then NDC shouldn't stop. They should continue with it. There are too much issues for us to speak about than wasting time listening to NDC on one program. And I never hear this thing on bringing it on another program. Well, you're helping NDC propaganda to go. When you hear NDC propaganda on one program, don't repeat it. So it can grow. So who not listening to the program would need? So you, the NNP, is spreading NDC propaganda. And that's why I believe NDC members, NNP members, you have to be more educated about the success story of your political party. And we're back with you again tomorrow between 12 and 1. And remember, we forget to tell you to subscribe. Subscribe to Real FM. Share with program. Like with program. That is one of the ways you give us a positive blight based upon the social media rhythm. Thank you very much.
Real FM, ride the frequency. Talking truth, talking change, talking